Cuando recién nos casamos,
When we were recently married,
tuvimos el primer hijo.
we had our first child.
Como antes,
After having lived so long in the mission school and the outside society, we thought that if we gave him a Spanish name,
entonces,
then he would be superior to the other Indian
el
children,
primer hijo,
and that our family would be equal to the white families. So we named our first child, a boy,
pasó
Osvaldo.
tiempo y después cuando tuvimos el segundo hijo,
Then time passed,
nos dimos
and when our second child came, we realized that we must maintain our own culture
que mantener nuestra propia
and our own
los
names.
nombres que antes teníamos.
Consequently,
Entonces, bien esa,
we named our second child, also a boy, Sukanga.
tuvimos que nombrar como segundo hijo, varoncito mismo, el nombre de Sukanga. Entonces,
Thus it is
descubrir,
that as father of these two boys,
todos los medios para
I must discover a way,
pueden educar.
or better said, I must do all in my power to help my sons realize from the beginning the true dignity of being a Shwara. And I ask myself, what will become of the Shwara? The greater part of our values have been lost, and it is difficult to regain them. Really. So often I feel it is useless to go on here. Every day we speak to our children in Spanish. We never teach them to speak correctly in Shwara. We never educate them in the true ways of our people. And later on, we, the elders, will be eliminated in this world, and those who will have to face the problem and bear the consequences will be our children.
Viñano masrona, kangahinya, shongainya, shongainya, shongainya. Viñano masro kangahinya, kakokainya, kakokainya, kakokainya. Nasi cuci asana, yanang ma, yarang ma, uci kiri asana. Shongainya, shongainya. Viña yurom rusukitu, narinya andor kata kimia kuaha. Minya yurum rusukitu na narinya andor kata kimia kuaha. Minya numasru kangahinya, shongainya, shongainya, shongainya.
If we forget these things, if we go and copy everything from the foreign culture, then never, for all the centuries that the Federation of the Shwara people might struggle, never will we win. There is time, but there is only a little time. It all depends on today.
The fishing today is nothing like what we had known years ago. The fishing today is very sparse. The Shuar as a group did not have the socio-economic problems during those years past. Perhaps the settlers will say that back then the Shuar were savages and had nothing. That is untrue. When the Shuar had enough to live on, he was happy. He had all that he needed. This economic problem that we confront today is not only the Indians' problem, but I would say that it is especially the problem of the settlers. There are millions of the white people here in Ecuador, whom we call the settlers. But how many white people live well? So many live in poverty, and a few live in splendor. Now, we Shuar in our organization have noted this. We wish to solve, or even more, we wish to prevent these socioeconomic problems that the settlers, the whites, have among themselves. And so in our villages, we do not wish that any Shuar ever feel that he owns a piece of the earth or that he can sell it when someone offers him money. Because in this way, the land in reality goes from hand to hand until it makes its last stop with the rich man. And what happens? The more land that the rich man has, the more people he has dependent upon him. And these laborers can never prepare a life or a future for their children, because the work that they do on another man's property stays with the owner of the land, and the worker is left with nothing. And for his children, it will be the same. The Federation knows that in Latin America, many indigenous groups have disappeared and are disappearing even now. In a situation so grave for all the Indian groups in Latin America, perhaps the Federation can be an example that only by organizing themselves can these groups survive. Otherwise, they too will disappear. The white man seems to change his attitude only when we sell him our lands, when we become his sharecroppers or his workers. And yes, his idea would change. Then there would not be a problem anymore. The white man considers us in this way as being unfit and uncivilized. We believe that he is very mistaken. We wish to work, to be a beneficial force for all mankind. This is what we want. To work alongside of all men without distinction between social classes or colors or races. This is the politics of the Shuar, because we know that we are all men, and as men, we are equal. But for the moment, it is hard for us to work with the others. We cannot do it. Although we Shuar consider everyone as equals, in reality they do not accept us. Not one white, not even the poorest of the poor will accept us. Always they have called us jibaros, called us ignorant, called us savages. They say that we must give way to the white man. Thus, in this situation, we have to look to the strength of our own organization, the Federation. We must do all we can so that one day the white man will recognize our worth. Then and only then will we be able to collaborate with all men. If the white man thinks badly of us, so be it. Perhaps after many years, some of them will understand something of what we have thought and why we have labored, although today they do not understand.